Hello, what's up, guys? Garcia here with another portfolio update. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day today. So, today we are up to $94,569.24 today. So, it looks like Palantir had a pretty decent day today. But in other news, it looks like Tesla was having some fake news being spread around about it. So Reuters posted this article saying that Tesla has canceled the long promised and expensive car that investors have been counting on to drive its growth into a mass market automaker, according to three sources familiar with the matter and company messages seen by Reuters. Now, with the community notes, Elon Musk responds with Reuters' line again. Now, reading a couple comments, some people are saying that Elon Musk didn't directly deny the allegations. So it's implying that maybe it's right, maybe it's fake. But I'm leaning towards it being fake news. But it's going to be interesting seeing this develop over time. But I mean, I think if you believe in Tesla, it was a good opportunity to buy the dip. We can actually see the dip today. So we go here. So as soon as the news broke, market opens, it was down 2%. As soon as the news broke, it tanked all the way down to negative 6%. Negative 6% at 10:35, which is wild. So let's check out the memes of the day today. So there's an announcement that on May 7th, Alex Karp will be at another conference. So this one is called The Future of Geopolitics and the Role of Innovation and Technology. So it's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to watching it, sharing clips about it, giving my takes on it. But it's awesome. And whenever I see Alex Karp joining a new one, I love poking fun at China that they're going to be stressing out because Alex Karp does not mince words when it comes to China. He makes sure that he calls them out. He makes sure the world knows that they're sneaky, that they're not just going to be, trying to be buddies with the rest of the world. If they're actively copying technology, using technology in war that they're stealing from companies in the U.S. or Western allies. So this is them stressing out anytime they hear Alex Karp will be at a new conference. This is a pretty funny meme that I made. People trying to make money with short-term call options.
Cheese, huh?
What would you think about like that? A pill that could make you 7 times smarter.
Cheese, huh? Yeah, all right. Ow! Shit!
What's your name, young man?
It's Charlie. Hold up, dude. I want to get this cheese here. Ah! Shit!
Why don't you try the cheese under the green light, Charlie?
I want this cheese.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have found our test subject. Thank you all very much for coming.
I think trying to time Palantir in the short term with call options is a fool's errand. Ever since they DPO'd, people have been burned on the way up and on the way down with Palantir. So I think this stock is just one that, for me, I'm buying and holding shares. And maybe I'll play some call options every once in a while, but that's not going to be the majority of my portfolio. I would rather just hold the shares, ride out the storms when they show up, and let the company keep executing quarter after quarter, earnings after earnings, and ride up the wave that way. And this is a meme that I made regarding the Tesla fake news. So people who panic sold Tesla at 160 based off of unverified news. And I think it's just it's pretty hilarious. He just spontaneously explodes. So let's check out the portfolio today. So today The Roth IRA went up by 2.07% today. Now, the reason it did is because Palantir had a pretty good move today. So today, Palantir went up by 2.11%. Now, there's the difference. Palantir went up by 2.11, and this portfolio went up by 2.07. So that 0.04% slip is because of these covered calls. So these covered calls today, they lost $6 today. See where it says today's return? So that's that slippage of, if Palantir keeps rising and rising and rising, this covered call will continue to lose money. It'll basically become more expensive to close. So it's not technically a loss until it's closed. So I'm not going to be worried about it unless I see Palantir cross $27. That's what I love about the covered calls, is that if Palantir gets to $27 and it's putting stress on these covered calls, this portfolio will be at around 115,000 at a minimum, which is pretty insane because the highest close was, I think, 105,000. That was back when Palantir closed at 2640. But because I've accumulated more shares, if it closes again at 2650 at $27, the portfolio will be closing at above 115 grand, which is insane to think about. So now let's look at the brokerage. The taxable account went up by 3.34% today, even though it's basically all in Palantir. Like, I don't own any other stocks. I sold the TSLA, I sold SoFi, I sold Rocket Lab. Like, I literally only have Palantir shares on this. But the reason it went up so high today is because today's percentage return, percent change. So while this went up by 2.09% today, these cash secured puts today went up by 22% today. That's the cool thing about cash secured puts and covered calls is that they do magnify the returns. They also magnify losses if you don't know how to manage them. So for me, these cash secured puts have been printing. Like so far today, these $24 puts expiring on the 3rd returned $530 today, which was 22%. The other ones expiring on the 17th also had a pretty good return today. They had a smaller return because they're further out in expiration. So these returned 10% today, or $320. So it's because of these two returns here. You can go to today's return. So while the shares returned $1,700 today, the cash secured puts added another $900, almost $900 today. So, and the covered calls, they only lost $36 today, which is pretty cool. Like, to think how much I'm making off of the covered calls, or how much I'm making off of the cash secured puts and the shares today. I would have thought these covered calls would have lost a little bit more today, but it's not that much. So, I'm capping my upside, but I'm only really capping my upside if I don't do anything about these calls and Palantir closes at 27 cents on the 3rd. Those are the stories that you hear about online, that when people say, when you sell covered calls, you get assigned early and you're covering your upside, or you're going to get crushed by a steamroller. That really only happens when you don't know how to manage these covered calls and you don't roll in time. So for me, I'm not going to worry about these at all, or the cash secured puts, unless Palantir goes through these strikes and is sitting way below those strikes, and expiration is arriving. So just keep looking at the extrinsic value. Like these cash secured puts right here, for example, even though Palantir is about $1 below that strike. So let's say $1.05, right? You subtract 22.95 from 24. That's $1.05 of intrinsic value. Now you subtract that difference from 181, so you have around 76 cents of extrinsic value left over. So I don't have anything to worry about with these puts unless it starts approaching 10 cents, 5 cents. Another way to look at it is looking at the delta. If the delta is approaching 1 or approaching 0, then that's, in this case, I believe it's the higher the delta goes, the riskier of early assignment, the risk of early assignment increases. So here this delta is 0.59. So I have nothing to worry about with these cash secured puts unless Palantir crashes down to $20 overnight or crashes down to 17 overnight. Then I would have to do something about these, and I might have to just kick the can down the road. Like, let's say, and this is how it would happen. If Palantir for some reason crashed down, I would go to roll, select new position, and I may have to just kick it down the road a couple months if, depending how the severity of the crash. Let's say June 21st, I would just scroll down, and I would want to roll down for a credit. So I would want to make sure that this 181 is being covered by the roll. So if I rolled this down to June, like for example, the $22 put, this would cover the original cost of my cash secured put. But this is something that we'll work through it together. Like if it's needed, I'll try to record a live video as I do this trade, and I'll just kind of clip it in, or I'll edit it in, and so you guys can kind of see how rolling a covered call or rolling a cash secured put looks in real time. So I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. Let me know that you guys appreciate what I'm sharing. If you have any feedback, just let me know.